folks, this is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 9 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone had a great day, safe day. It's a TGIF, folks. Let's make it a great one. Let's take a look at one of our 4 agreements. To begin a great relationship, know what you want. Know what the needs of your body are, what the needs of your mind are, and what fit well with you. There are millions of men and women, and some of them will make a good match for you, and others won't. The two of you only need to be like a key and a lock, a match that works. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow Industrials down 45, NASDAQ off 3, S&P's off 2.5, gold contract up $15.30, trading at $1,298 an ounce. Silver up 45 cents. At $19.48 an ounce. Platinum up 12 at $1,437 an ounce. Copper up 5 pennies at $3.08 a pound. Light sweet crude up 36 cents at $99.78 a barrel. Bonds, yeah, the 10-year up 1 tick at 124.22, but that didn't tell the story about the 10-year or the 30-year, folks. We're going to get wrapped around those babies. 30-year up 15 ticks at 136.05. Bonds want to go to the moon, folks. King dollar down 19 ticks, trading out at 79.56. The euro flat at 138, and the yen flat at 102.23. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? Okay, we get to 1891.33. We do volume out here, 663 million, which is light volume. The high that was generated, folks, on the 4th is 1897.28. That high wants to get tested. You're still hanging at the highs. I can make the argument that, yeah, it's a failure of the 1884 level from the 22nd of April. You can make the argument that the 24th is a failure, but bottom line, guess what? This thing we're up there. It wants to test that high. And just patience is going to be the name of the game here. And I'll show you why, what type of information got released that it wants to test it. When we first look at the SPY itself, okay, the last high up there was generated 189.70. You did it with 515 million shares. Guess what? We went into it with 500 million shares. When you go into a high like that, same amount of volume, even though this light volume, it wants to get tested. Dow Industrials. We take a look at the Dow Industrials. What we have with the Dow is the Dow Industrials got to a price point today of 16,620. The high is 16,631. 11 points away. Guess what? It's going to get tested. NASDAQ Composite. Let's take a look at the Composite. Composite still, we know the Composite is the dead dog, folks. In an extraordinary way. What does the Composite do? You go sideways, you have no volume at 1.8 billion. Bottom line, the Composite somehow is going to basically try to get a bit higher, I expect. I expect it's going to try to get into this 4177 and then fail in an extraordinary way. We go take a look at the 3Qs. What you have with the 3Qs is this. We did 39 million shares. The 39 million, folks, is going into 131 million shares, okay? Can't get out of its way. That's on the daily. On the weekly, what we have is that I could basically say that, hey, we got a failure here too. We went this week to a price point of 88.15. You closed at 87.49. The benchmark would have been 87.88. We did 210 million shares versus 348. When we talk about the NDX 100, well, let's go right over to Apple. When we take a look at Apple, what did Apple do? Apple failed. I would have liked to see Apple actually close at about 589, 590. You were at 592.58. And what it was testing out its 594.59. It did it on the weekly basis with 67 million shares versus the 140. Okay, so when we put that together, it's like the S&P deviance, yes, to me, it wants to test that high. Gold contract, let's go. Now what you're going to see is, as we're going through these, between gold and between the bonds particular, you're going to see why the NASDAQ wants to go south in an extraordinary way. Not only just the NASDAQ, bottom line, the S&P hasn't cracked yet, but the S&P wants to go, oh, I know, hold it. Well, first we got to do the small caps. Because, see, what has happened is that the small caps basically have also said, guess what? Yesterday, we got volume in the small caps. You got 78 million. Today, guess what? 41 million. Couldn't handle it. Closed below the highs of yesterday. That's on your daily. On your weekly, what you had is the weekly is saying, guess what? It's going to bounce one more time. It wants to go into this 115. On the weekly, we came into the low that was generated, the 109.86. We come into that with 264 million shares versus 317. It's like, it's subtle, but guess what? That is a rejection of lower price with lighter volume. That says test, test, test. T-E-S-T. That's what the market loves to do, folks, over and over and over again. Gold contract. We take a look at gold. This is what we have with gold. Gold, wide price spread, accelerated volume, all of the above, rejected lower price. Sweet little deal out here today, no doubt. Gold was up 15.20. It had a price spread, folks, from 12.72 up to 13.04. That's what gold needed in order to basically get up and into the bar where it came down on the 15th. On the 15th, we came down from 13.28 to 12.84. Bang! It comes right into that again, comes in with force, comes in with wide price spread, accelerated volume, all of the above. I suspect what we're going to see next week, gold's going to go after the 13.28 and start making its way up to this 13.92 area. If you were either at the morning routine, which I did every morning, 8 to 9, that was not only a great education for all of us, okay, by the way, because that's when they hit gold, and then Darryl and myself, we did the Nadex show at 10 to 11. Bottom line, a lot of opportunity out there inside that market because of the way that gold trades, number one, and how they love to hit gold. If you haven't test drove that Nadex platform yet, folks, get out there, do it. They'll put $25,000 of funny money into your account. Once you really start understanding how that works, then you can fund the account. Now, where are we going? Oh, baby, we are going to bonds. You want to see something that's amazing, folks? It's the bond market. So, the 10-year bond out here today, folks, did 2.3 million contracts, okay? Monster. Now, if you know you're out of time in the trade, you know that when you push into swing points with volume, you're going to blow them away. Well, let me tell you something. The 10-year, the 30-year was already doing this, but the 10-year was having a tougher time. Not anymore. The last swing point we have up here in the 10-year is 125.02. We get to 124.29. It couldn't be a better setup. What the setup is, when you stop right before it, you had an unbelievable expansion of volume. We're talking about an expansion of volume. When the last high out there did 959,000 contracts. We did 2.3 million today. And guess what? The bond market can lay back and sleep all weekend long. That bond market is going to wake up Monday morning and blow away these swing highs out here. It's a monster ABC up. And the 10-year. The 30-year has already confirmed the ABC structure on the way up. 30-year out here today also had the juice behind the move. USM4. So we did with the 30-year. We did 575,000 contracts. I can't even find when the last time we did 575,000 contracts. It took the swing point out of 361,000 contracts. Right now, we're at 136.07. This little baby, folks, is on its way to 139, 141. Remember something, on the 30-year, because of the way that we came down, 141 is just bringing us up to ice. That's how that baby's set up. Dollar index, nice volatile move in the dollar index out here today. What we had with the dollar index is this. You did 23,000 contracts. You got up to a price point of 79.93. That was pushing into a swing point of 80.04 with volume. You back down. If it closed at the lows, but guess what? It's still going into 42,000 contracts for 23. The dollar wants higher, gold wants higher, bonds want higher. It's a patience deal to sell the heck out of this market next week. You stay right there, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. We'll come back with our technology expert, our man, Mr. David White. We're going to be right back.